I've spread so many fucking rumors. My favorite part about rumors, nobody verifies shit.
Welcome, window lickers, chaos goblins, and anybody who, who's a member of the household. I mean, that it's an interesting group of collectives. But we're here like Tuesday. We have now officially moved over the Monday show, over to Tuesday, so we can focus more on the review of Raw and less on the preview. We will still hit the preview because that's what we do. But
we like wildly speculate in here. So
exactly.
I mean, how could we possibly not do some level of preview, even if it's from our own heads?
Very true, Kevin. Very true. See, that's why Kevin's here. He brings it to the straight and narrow and lets you know, hey, this is what we're talking about. And that's who he is. That's Kevin Kalloway. He is our Chaos Goblin. How are you doing, Kevin? How goes it? What's up, my friend?
I am well. I remain New Edge Elevation champion after last week. I know you were waiting on bated breath to hear that.
Oh, yes.
Main event match against Jack Delaney. So I will say some veteran instincts had to come into play in the sense that, sometimes someone has to bend the rules to get the things that he wants and to keep the things that he wants. So while I was dominating much of the match, I saw an opportunity to perhaps use those veteran instincts and solidify a victory. So for anyone who is, questioning what I would do in those situations, the answer is win.
Winning. That's exactly what you do.
Record book says Kevin Kalloway, pinfall victory, Jack Delaney. So Delaney. It was Duolaney. He'd be learning another language, though.
Yeah, well, I would also say that you would be beating up on the elderly. Wasn't he like a fitness guy back in the 60s? And
oh shit, I think you're right. Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that exact name, but it was close.
It's Jack something though.
It's Jack something though.
Yeah. Oh man, that's what was going on in my head.
Yeah.
Kevin's beating up the elderly for championship belts.
Listen, they want to give me an easy match. The way my pay envelope works, it's the same whether they're young or old.
Hey, just pay me. That's all you got to do.
Just pay me, dog.
That's awesome. That's an awesome update that we've had for the week. I will be attending Sam Knight's final match this Saturday with House, and we will be backstage discussing Knight's last moments of being a professional wrestler in ring. We can only speculate right now what Sam Knight, the right hand of God, is going to do for the future, but we'll definitely get the inside scoops on that this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that. I believe
it looks like he and House just did a nice interview as well. I think it was his last in-ring or last interview as an in-ring competitor earlier today. And that's amazing. I haven't followed as much of Sam Knight's career until you guys kind of put him over to me. So I looked into him a little bit. Dude's great. Knows his shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And here's another thing about him. He's a fun guy. He's a
mushroom. I don't know, dog.
Well, he could be. He could grow in night. I could see that happening. But he I get a lot of insight from him. When I first started with IYH, he granted me an interview, and we spoke for like 20 minutes after it. And he's a real good guy. I think you guys would actually have great in-depth conversations, and hopefully we can get him for a guest on one of these shows.
One of
and
these
have those.
days, I will have that sit down with him.
Yeah.
We're once removed in this business, and that's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. That's like a phone call away,
It's
you
a
know?
phone call. Yeah.
Uh,
That's a correct message. Jack
uh,
Elaine. Okay.
yeah, Tony G's coming in. He believes
Elaine.
it's Jackie Lane. It could be.
It is. He's right.
There we go. So
No,
that's
sorry. Jack LaLane. Jack
Low
LaLane.
Lane. Oh man,
LaLane.
it took 3 swings on this one, but we
Yeah,
finally
we
hit
got
it.
there.
We
The
got there.
godfather of fitness. His full name, not Jack. Francois Henri LaLane.
Holy wow.
Mhm.
That's a name right there.
That's a dope name, is what it is.
That is. And he was like the pinnacle of manliness back in the day when
Yeah.
he was the guy who was like, steak and eggs, that's what we eat for breakfast. The dude's a beast. I've seen a lot of his stuff, humorous things. I had a gym teacher who was very humorous in high school, and he liked to show us things and laugh. But besides that, we're here. We're talking Monday Night Raw, but are we? We're going to hit a little bit of Monday Night Raw, but we're also going to talk War Games. So, Kevin, let's get into it. Did you see the opening of Raw?
You got to remind me the order. I struggle with order because of my ADHD.
Yeah. So we had Roman coming out first.
That's what it was.
So we had Roman.
It was the War Games like promo thing that happened, right? Basically.
Yes. Yeah, they had their 3 guys come out and,
that was when
talk
Punk,
their shit.
It was when like Punk, Roman, and I think Cody, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
All came out and they were along the lines of "Can we get along? It's just the old like face trope of like we all hated each other at one point. Can we coexist?"
And then Punk coming in and throwing it over to Cody, saying you're saying this is your team, which here's where I come into my question.
Sure.
Is this setting up for the Cody turn that we've been talking about? Or are we still waiting for this turn to happen later in his feuds?
It's got to be later still to me. And the reason why I say that, I think, okay, artistically, right now might be a really fun time to turn him.
I think so too.
In the sense that there's a lot of possibilities, but there's also not a lot of possibilities. So there's a lot of possibilities for his character specifically, where it could go different directions and it could be fun. It could be really enthralling TV. Where you don't have a lot of possibilities is who the hell is he going to face?
Well, when you said that, this is the name because I
Sure.
think we've been saying that this particular guy needs a change and he needs to pull something different. And I think this is where you could go face McIntyre.
I don't know if you could pull the double with them, though, in the sense that McIntyre has done so much heinous shit, not just to Cody.
Okay.
So I don't know if the double turn can happen that quickly. I think you would need McIntyre to go first and then him to just be on a redemption journey. Then Cody's the bad guy for stopping the redemption journey, if that makes sense.
No, it does make sense. Especially
now the McIntyre story is like that Cody finished the story. Now it's Drew finishing the story and Cody is in his way.
Could we get away with and I'm going to call it this, and if you need me to explain, go ahead. But can't we have with Drew the ultimate anti-face face? Because of Cody's
I know what you're
turn?
getting at is kind of like you would make Cody's babyface so prim and proper, and then he eventually just turns to someone that's hated because he's so prim and proper. And then you make McIntyre more of a grungy face, kind of like Austin. It's probably closest that I could think of. Austin walks in, kills his boss. Like normally that would be a heel thing to do, right? But the boss is an asshole, and everyone can get behind that. So someone coming around and beating everyone's ass isn't such a big deal when it's the people that we hate.
Exactly.
So I could see that working, but there would need more. It couldn't be so sudden as it would be right now if we did it right at War Games.
Okay.
So I could see that happening long term if we set the dominoes in the right places. But right now, if we were to turn Cody, let's say in the War Games match, if we were to turn Cody there, it would feel reminiscent to me of the John Cena heel turn in the sense that it would be shocking. It would be big, but where are we going from here? And then what we saw with Cena's heel turn is we did it. I don't know if they had more of a plan, but it didn't feel like it after a while, if that makes sense. So no, Cody would need something specific to go into right after this.
No, I completely agree with you on that. And I would hope that if it all played out, Cody does his heel turn at War Games. Here's my thinking. Cody does his heel turn for the next 3 weeks up until whatever PLE is after that. You have McIntyre pointing those things out, pointing out, this is what I've told you guys about Cody for so long. And he's finally showing you his true colors and building up that bit of, I guess, face exposure where he's peeling back the darkness of the heel and exposing it directly in front of the audience's face. In a more in your face way, not just hey, you guys already see what's happening. This is I've already told you. You know, Drew can play in the melodic mental games. Honestly, if they had Karrion Kross, that's exactly who I would be saying all this about, because the dude's already built that character. I just need something different from Drew. If we're going to build Drew back up, I need something different, because if you guys are going to let me down with the same old character, I'm done with him. What am I wasting my time on?
So I think what they could do without turning either of them is have Drew win. Just have Drew win the title. Cody doesn't necessarily have to hold the title, but Drew needs something to prove himself right. So instead of making it about Drew McIntyre's chase to the title, have him do something heinous or dastardly or whatever, however you need to do it to get the title off Cody, to give Cody an out. Cody's always traditionally been better on the chase. Not that he's a bad title holder, because I don't think he is, but faces traditionally are better on the chase. So if you can make Cody chase again, I think we're in better shape. Now you have Cody looking better because he doesn't have a title. He doesn't feel invincible. He lost.
Yeah.
And you have Drew winning and going, ha ha ha, I told you.
Could we replay the McIntyre CM Punk Hell in a Cell, but put Cody in there instead of Punk? And
I don't think anyone would blink an eye and it would work.
Because then you could have McIntyre do any dastardly thing he needs to do. You can have Cody relying on Punk's information because Punk's warning him. Dude, I've been in that exact situation. Do not do it. Cody's, I gotta fight. I think you could.
You could goat Cody into some kind of match, or goad Cody into some kind of not goat. You could goad Cody into some kind of match because he's showing more and more and more emotion. That's been happening months and months. So that's been set into place where Cody is getting more and more angry. Cody's getting more and more angry. Why not use that anger against him? Drew could do that because now it's conniving in a sense, but it's also vicious, which is true to both of Drew's natures.
Exactly. And I think it plays well. OG Tony Gonzalez is letting us know Drew needs to win the title. We're agreeing with you on this one.
I will say it doesn't have to happen now. I think it might be ideal if it happens very soon. But that being said, you could have it happen in the next year as well, and I think it would be okay, depending on how you set the dominoes up. I do think he would need to beat. He could beat Punk. Because now Punk is a title holder too. So it could be that he goes back and beats Punk, takes it from him. But I don't know if people are ready to reset that rivalry either. So Cody might be the best course of action.
I couldn't agree more with everybody here and what we're discussing. It would be fun to have Drew redeem his earlier title run during the lockdown era, because I really think that was peak McIntyre, where you could you could have, if you had live audiences, you would have had a beast. You would have had arenas blowing up everywhere you
I
go
think so too.
because McIntyre is out there with the title. I mean, he was doing phenomenal work, some of his best work. It's just circumstances did not make that play overall. It's hard to play to thousands of screens of faces when you're used to hearing the roars in your chest.
Yeah.
And I could imagine even on the indie circuit that being different.
There's a huge difference between 200 people getting into the match and 20 people getting into the match.
Yeah.
And it does affect the energy level of the participants in the match, and anyone who says otherwise is a liar.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, because 20 people chanting your name and 200 chanting your name is a way different feeling.
Oh, it is.
Way different. And it's not to say you don't perform the same as you do for 20 people as you do for 200, because making sure the integrity of the match at least. But the difference in how you feel in the match is far different.
Yeah. Yeah. I was at a few of those starting up after the lockdown shows. I was also a part of a couple of those underground during the lockdown shows. And those were
where all the wrestlers became backyardigans for a little while.
Pretty much. And if you were a part of the show, guess what? You were also a fan, and you had to be as loud as you possibly could.
Yep.
There was some charm to that era, I guess, but I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad we're back to normalcy.
Yeah, it was fun for a bit, and then it felt rinky dink. Yes. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, Kevin, War Games. What match are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh, okay, hold on. Let me bring up a card because I got to remember exactly what's on it. Honestly, it might be Cena versus Dominic.
I thought you might go there. I honestly am going to say that I think that might have to be my most desired match out of this one.
Because to me, looking up and down the card, I got it in front of me now. That's the match with the most intrigue behind it. And that's why I think I want to see it the most. What's going to happen with Cena? Will he hold the title? Will Dominic take it back? What are we doing? How are we getting there? Are we giving Cena an out? Is Dominic beating him clean, Eddie Guerrero, or clean, dirty style, Eddie Guerrero style? What are we doing?
Yeah.
There's so many factors to that one match. I personally I like a good car crash match to an extent. Like the War Games matches are big train wrecks and car crashes to me, in the sense that there's going to be a bunch of furniture. It's going to be a bunch of shit that they do just wild shit with. That's awesome, but it's never the matches that I'm really looking forward to the most. It just isn't. It's always just the singles matches. It's how are they going to make a good match out of this?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's exactly personal preference, which I understand, but those are the ones that intrigue me the most, because the ones that I can't call, or that have many other possibilities to them, instead of just oh, it makes the most sense to do this. Oh, they'd be silly not to do this. They're going to be a good match, but I know what the result's going to be.
I got you on that. And this one really, like you said, it's got the most meat to the story. And I'm looking forward to it. I kind of hope Dominic wins it. I hope he gets his title back.
We could do a predictions challenge on this now. Hold on. There's two of us now, brother.
Let's go.
I'm getting the old sticky note out.
Here we go.
All right. Prediction. You're thinking Dom?
I think Dom wins it. I think he gets his IC title back. With Penta getting injured.
Yeah.
I think that does put a little wrinkle in it, because I think we were going to get a more in-depth feud between Dom and Penta going forward. But I do think that it's an easy pivot. Go with Dom getting the IC title back. Penta comes back. then you throw him in there.
I think it would do wonders for Dom if he were to win as well. He already, losing to Cena's good. You go from there. What up, House?
How goes it, House?
Dom, I think, wins it here as well, because also you want Cena's last match to feel like maybe he'll lose it or maybe he'll win it. Like it could go either way. But if he goes in with an Intercontinental title, boy, every indication I've ever seen from Cena is that he's not walking out with a title in his hands.
Yeah.
So that means he's losing his last match. And I think that takes away from the intrigue later. Now,
Totally agree.
you could definitely get it off of him between then and now in many different ways, which is why Cena winning is still a possibility.
True.
But
True.
I feel you hurt the next match if you keep Cena with the title going into it, if that makes sense.
No, it really does. And I think this is your easiest out.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gives you more play because there's so many things in the work. You have Finn Balor in the shadows. You have JD. He's going to get to a point to where him and Dom have a beef going forward. You can see
he had just had a hell of a match with Dragunov on
yes,
SmackDown.
he did. Yes, he did. JD is really proving why they pay him money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the dude is this next year, I think, could be JD's year to where he breaks out and he's a single star. So let's go into the women's match because I heard you say something interesting, and it was not the lack of enthusiasm for this specific match or the men's match of War Games, but this one's kind of interesting because we're having they're building some story going on. So we're already having the Charlotte Flair Rhea. They patched up whatever they needed to patch up for this match. They had a dominant stand in the ring with each other at the end of their segment. We have a returning AJ Lee. We also have a powerful tag team on the other side. The Kabuki Warriors are powerhouses.
No, speaking of powerhouses on the other side, Nia Jax and Lash Legend to throw anyone.
Exactly. And another tag team that is just coming up, and they threw them together and everybody's like, Mikey likes it. He really likes it because it's good. I love
Lash and Nia as a tag team.
Lash has never looked so dominant.
Yep.
And I'm all for it. So Kevin, my question to you is this specific match, the women's War Games match. Where's your excitement level and what are you expecting?
I'm going to expect a more fleshed out women's War Games match than last year. Because last year, to me, it started very slow. It got there, but it started very slow and a little clunky at times.
It was.
And it was what it was. Shit happens. It happened in the Blood and Guts women's match, too. It got clunky at one point, and then they got it back. Yep. That does happen in these matches. There's a lot of moving parts. That being said, what I expect in this match is probably less gruesome than the men's match. We're going to see more story here than the men's, because I think the men's really revolves around like one story. And this one revolves around many moving pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I expect the heels to win this one in my head. And the reason I expect them to win is because I think Becky gets her win back on AJ.
I think so too. But we have to acknowledge the man, because when at the end of that women's War Games segment on Raw, the look she gave at AJ while she was walking back, it led me to believe Becky Lynch might be a little nervous. She might be a little, but then again, I go, wait, she's the man. So she's just playing into that because she's expecting AJ to think that she's nervous about her. And then once they get into that big cage, those two rings, AJ Lee, you better watch out because Becky Lynch is coming.
You got to remember also, AJ's, I think, the smallest person in that match. And she is against Nia Jax and Lash Legend.
She's smaller than Io?
Yeah, Io's a little thicker. She's got a little bit more muscle and size on her that way. I'm not talking about height specifically. I'm talking about overall mass.
Okay.
I think
I see
AJ
what you're
is the
saying there.
easiest to throw around. So keep in mind that Nia Jax and Lash Legend are on the other team.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. And
so it might not come down to just Becky beating her. It could come down to two powerhouses killing her and Becky picking up the bones.
I kind of like that, though. I kind of like that because I like that role for Becky. But I think we're overlooking somebody, and I think that's going to play into the story because I think a few people in the audience are overlooking Alexa Bliss in this because she is watching somebody who she set aside her personal differences with to join a tag team that got taken out by the others. And then all of a sudden now the rest of the story was just about Charlotte and her issues with Rhea. So that kind of puts Alexa Bliss in the corner. And what we've learned from experience is no one puts Alexa Bliss in the corner because she's going to come out stabbing and you better watch out. So I think that
might be the thing that you least concerned about with her. I've seen her light things on fire. I've seen her bring things up like demons.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
She had black
stabbing
blood.
is an easy way to go against her.
Well, I hope that's the her less lethal option that she just uses besides the demon casting and all that. But I really think that there might be a play for Alexa in this women's War Games to separate herself from everybody. Maybe the turn of the night might be Alexa.
It's possible. Assuming we get a turn of any kind in either War Games, Alexa is the one that happens, right? Like that's the one that makes the most sense.
It seems like that's what they've been playing with. I mean, the way
there's nobody on any of the heel teams that should be turning face.
No.
And if we're looking at face teams, like I think we're fantasy booking in our heads without thinking too logically ahead. If we do like a Cody turn or a Roman turn or something like that, I think that the only one I could see out of the faces on the men's side actually is Jay. And it's not because of anything other than he's going to be the next tribal chief, and that leads to Jay and Roman. That's in my head where they might be going. In a higher profile version of it.
Yeah.
So I could see that happening. He wouldn't be like joining Paul Heyman or anything like that. He'd just be killing Roman. He'd just be like, no, you're not the tribal chief anymore. That's the only one to me that they've laid the bricks down for.
Okay.
Other than Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss, I think, has the most bricks laid down for. Because you can literally have everything come back up that they've gone through. Oh my God, we had all this nice run. Oh my God, we were best of friends. And then Alexa Bliss can say, haha, we were never friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the audience will hate that.
Yeah, they will. They will, because I think that'll send Charlotte into, well, her character, let's be not her personal life,
sure,
but I think that'll send her character into a downward spiral, because then she's going to automatically turn on Rhea because she doesn't trust anybody, because the person that she trusted the most just did exactly what everybody else has ever done to her,
right?
Or what she's done to other people. So yeah, I think if we're going to the Wizard of Oz and Alexa Bliss is our Dorothy, I think the Yellow Brick Road's been laid down the most for her. Minus, I mean, come on, what are we on, year 6 of the Bloodline storyline? I mean, they've obviously
keep evolving to an extent. I can't even say it's not captivating TV, because I do still want to see what happens. It's
exactly.
We are on year 6, so now we got to do some weird shit.
Yeah,
and I think the Jay turning is what makes most sense to me.
It has to come soon. If it doesn't come at War Games, I mean, it has to be.
I think it's going to lead into Mania. I don't know if it'll be here, but I think it'll lead into Mania.
So one of the next few Manias coming
I'm thinking somewhere around Royal Rumble time is when they'll actually do it. They might lay a couple more bricks.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I don't know if you've seen this, but Roman is now just tribal chief. He's not OTC. He's not any of that. He's just tribal chief. That's where he's at now. But it does seem like he's making a play for another title run. Seems like that might be a little in his repertoire coming up.
And I mean, there's an easy fit right there as he faces Cody, and then Jay screws him out of it.
Yeah, and I kind of here for it because that's the start of, hey, look at all these dominoes I set up. Want to watch me knock them down?
That's the one.
And we all enjoy a good domino knocking down. So I think that's exciting.
Do a quick prediction for the men's match.
That's what I was just going to get into.
Man, I truly, it could go either way. I can't ever count out Cody and Roman and CM Punk on the same team. I am going to go the heels on this one. I'm not confident in the slightest. I just feel Paul Heyman and them need a win, like a high profile win. I don't know if that's the way they'll go. This is the least confident pick I have on this entire list.
Yeah. This is my match that I still think something's going to happen.
Could.
And the thing that I think is going to happen is everybody that I'm looking who is in this match, Brock Lesnar is going to do something too. And I still think once everybody's in there and they lock everything's locked, ready to go, I still have this feeling that Brock is going to try to destroy all of these guys. Even the ones on his team.
Okay, that's fair.
And I don't know why, but that is exactly that's what's been in my head since they have announced him joining the War Games.
I don't hate it. The thing that I had in my head, I feel like Heyman's little group needs someone. Because there's only two people in it, right? Logan isn't really with Heyman. He's just against Punk.
Yeah.
Drew isn't really with Heyman. He's just against Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Brock is with Heyman, but like, is he with Heyman?
Yeah. He's there for the paycheck right now.
Yeah, Brock's always been a mercenary. So he just happens to be a mercenary for a better price to Heyman.
Yeah.
So,
but Heyman was able to capitalize on that mercenary for a long time.
Not wrong. So that leaves what? Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Mm-hmm.
They need a guy like a Rollins in the sense that like they've got two big heavies. They need someone like Evolution had Triple H and Batista, and they were both kind of heavies, right? Then they got Orton. Orton's not really a heavy, or wasn't at the time. He is now, but he wasn't then. No. So there's been rumors of this guy joining this thing forever, and I'd love to see it because I like his work. Is Austin Theory.
I've heard that name.
I would love for it to be him. I think I've probably been saying it for a while now that it'd be cool if that happens. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't know if they'll ever add someone else. But if that rumor ever comes true, I'd be happy with it because then we'd be a 3-piece group. It's not just Braun and Braun Connection. You don't have to set up Austin Theory as the figurehead of the group. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would keep Braun Breaker as the figurehead of the group.
But
too. Having a third person, I think, would add something to it. Especially a cocky one and not just I mean, they're both cocky to an extent in Braun and Bronson, but like a real cocky, confident, natural, I think would add something to this.
Dude, I love that you said natural because even though I love Braun Breaker, love him to death, and Bronson Reed, think he's fantastic. Mm-hmm. I can tell that they're playing they're putting extra into it. You can tell. Mm-hmm. There was a natural thing with Seth Rollins.
Yep.
I think there's a natural thing with Theory. I think there's also this guy. I know this might seem like a contradiction, but I don't feel that it is because I feel that he's flourished in every spot that they designed for him. Mm-hmm. But I think this is possibly how you could get a J turn and have Jay be that guy. And with Heyman molding him and guiding him specifically him, not a group that he's associated with,
Right.
not, whatever, I forget what they called him, um, what his name was in the bloodline, but
I think he was the right-hand man.
yeah,
Something like that.
with a personal Paul Heyman touch to his character to bring him to the tribal chief era of Jay.
Mm-hmm.
This group and Jay blended together could elevate him to that.
I agree. I think it could be a vessel of it. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I'm not sure if I want it, but I
Yeah.
think you could do it.
You could at least make an argument for it. I don't know if it's best case scenario to me either, but it's certainly something that I think they could work with.
Yeah. And I would need them to build it like Paul's handing Jay little notes or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But build
I would
up
want
to
more
it.
of a build up than just like
Yeah.
at War Games, it's all of a sudden Jey Uso says screw you
Exactly.
and joins Heyman.
Yeah.
I wouldn't that would be too sudden.
Yeah. I agree with you on that one. So I think we hit, well, we still got one more. Okay, so what about the women's world title?
Stephanie Vaquer wins. Because the reason I say that is for no other reason than I'm looking up and down this card and I picked all heels. Someone who we like needs to win. someone who's a face needs to win.
I agree. I will say though that they have been leaning it towards Nikki Bella might have her number. But
So,
that could just be
I like the idea of them setting that up. I don't like the idea of Vaquer losing here.
No.
But she could lose soon. That's the thing. You got to look at a card as the entirety of it as well. And assuming that, like, and again, we're fantasy picking. We don't know where their heads are at. But if we're fantasy picking and we're trying to logistic this and we're saying 3 heels need to win, 3 teams of heels or whatever, we got to have a face winner somewhere.
Yeah, we do. And I think this is the safe pick. Like really, what else are you gonna do? I mean, if you do decide, let's just say they do decide to go with Bella.
Yeah.
What's next? You gonna bring someone else in? What are we doing? Like, because I don't see too many stories that are being built with her outside of the Stephanie one. She's really not hitting on too many levels outside of the main story she's in.
Well, I think with a heel Bella, we're going to get more out of her. Not that Bella didn't have her fans, because she did.
Yeah.
Still does. But heel Bellas always hit harder than face Bellas. They always did. Both Brie and Nikki. I think Brie was a little bit better of a face than Nikki is, and vice versa for Nikki, in the sense that she was a better heel than Brie was. But we're going to see Nikki Bella in more of her element as like the mean girl, essentially, as opposed to like the mean girl who could hurt you. Yeah.
Which, I mean, honestly, once they did the turn, her character started working way better for me as a fan. I'm more,
it makes more sense.
Exactly. I'm more into buying what you're selling if you have Nikki Bella as a heel.
Yep.
Okay, so let's run down some things on Raw real quick. So we had Carmelo losing to Gunther.
Dude, I will say it again. I will say it forever. Gunther is better when working with guys who are smaller. Gunther knows how to run those matches. He is a master class at it. And he's a master class from getting people over. I don't give a shit who you are on the internet. Carmelo did not get buried there. Javon did not get buried there. Losing doesn't mean you're buried. I can't stress that enough. They got Gunther on the ropes multiple times in their matches.
Oh, they did.
What put him over. That's what put him over. And Gunther is a master at slipping on a banana peel and making it all make sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude,
all you motherfuckers who says Gunther shouldn't beat Cena for his last match so that he gets put over more, y'all can suck it.
Whoa, there we go. All right, I love it, Kevin.
Gunther is so fucking good.
Yeah, he is. And honestly, when you were saying that, I think of him as He's a small guy trapped in a large guy's body because he knows how to work with the small guys so well.
He's just a large guy, but he understands how the small guys can move, and he understands how a large guy like him could be legitimately taken down by smaller guys instead of just like, 180-pound whoever the hell is suplexing 280-pound whoever the hell and just overpowering him. Like, what are we doing here?
I know exactly what you mean.
Like, I get that they can do it shootsies in real life and that like that's cool, but like we're also in an entertainment scenario.
Yeah.
We got to make people believe, and not everyone is going to believe that. Now they're out of the disbelief. God,
exactly. Yeah. No, I get he gets it.
Rey Mysterio ain't going to vertical suplex Gunther. I don't care who you are. It's okay. It's okay that he never vertical suplex Gunther.
It's perfectly fine. It is. I'm okay with it. I love the way he works with the smaller guy.
Love it. I was class at smaller guy matches.
Watching this match, I was listening to what you were in my head. I was listening to what you've been talking about and how you love his matches with smaller guys. So I did appreciate that on a whole nother level. So we also had Dominic Mysterio attack Little John Cena.
Dog, this is straight out of the Attitude Era. I saw people get pissy about this too, and I'm like, y'all want Attitude Era back so bad.
Oh, I do.
Man, you can't handle it. You don't deserve it.
Oh my God, I want this so bad.
I don't want all of Attitude Era back, but this is the kind of shit, like, if the right person brings it around, this is good.
Yeah.
This is quality TV.
Dude, I think
and Dominic is the right person because he's a shit heel.
Exactly. Dude, the Attitude Era was Dominic's era. He should have been in that era. He's so good in it. But yeah, there was a great segment. A lot of fun. We also had a really good match between Rey Mysterio and JD McDonough.
Again, JD McDonough.
Yeah.
The year of the forehead. Year of JD Funko Pop.
Totally agree.
Like, the dude, I've known he's a good worker for a while.
Yeah. A lot of us have.
And he's had flashes of brilliance. He's finally getting a chance to work with some of like the veterans who can get him to larger matches and to get him like going even further. And we're really seeing how much he's improved under his time with like Balor and the Judgment Day in doing those tag matches, because now they're giving him singles matches, and boy, he's standing on his own.
He is too. And his on-screen presence has gotten way better than when he started with Judgment Day. I love everything JD's doing. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, so the only thing that's going to hinder JD on something like WWE is size.
True.
He looks like an athlete, which is a good thing. But he doesn't look like imposing to an extent. So he's going to end up working more like a Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo's a little bit bigger. Not in the sense that like he's so much bigger, but he's bigger enough. So if JD's going to end up at a crossroads at some point, and he's going to have to decide what he wants to do as far as his style. Because either he puts on about 10, 15 pounds more muscle and he looks like a muscle hamster, which would work for him because he could do that, or he could stay around the slender build that he has and be more like Finn Balor going forward after Balor retires, essentially becoming the protege, becoming the supplanting figure. Both, he could work both. I don't see an issue with either of those with him. He's a good worker. He knows what he's doing. It's just a matter of where does he want to go with it.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I think we're looking at something awesome. And it's JD. It's Mr. Funko Pop live.
The Crimson Headbutt himself.
I love that dude. We're gonna have to do a drop with him and that forehead of his. We also had Solo Sikoa defeat Penta to advance in the last time as now tournament, and that was injury advancement.
Yeah,
on that one, guys. Penta is injured. Not sure anything more outside of that.
Do we know where they're missed it or whatever? But where does that put Solo? Who does he face then?
Solo will be facing, I believe.
Is it Gunther?
That would be the next Raw guy, wouldn't it?
It would, but they don't necessarily go in that order either, though.
Yeah, they don't.
Hold on. I'm looking to see
Yeah, I just damn they start
quarterfinals. Jay versus Russo. We don't know. Nope, he won't be. Gunther's either facing Jay Uso or LA Knight. They split up LA Knight and Jay.
Okay.
Which makes sense to me. So that means Solo's facing one of those two and Gunther's facing the other. So either LA Knight or Jay has to go through. I really don't want it to be Jay. But at the same time, we're getting Gunther Jay one way or another during this again.
It seems that.
I don't think there's a way around it. You're either getting it in the fight because Solo's not going as the heel. It's not going to be Solo.
No.
Because I think Penta might have been going through. Maybe Solo was going through so that you had a heel face. It could have been Solo one way or another. I think that makes sense to me.
Well, Penta was my pick to win this all.
Sure. And that makes sense too. But in that as well, you would lose out on a heel versus a face matchup. So Penta would have to face one of the other faces, which would be Jay or LA Knight. So I could see them going with a heel as well, in the sense that Solo was always supposed to win and so was Gunther. That's all I'm saying.
No, I totally got you. I just went with it more because it was going to base around the IC title.
Sure.
And in that tournament, Penta would have faced Cena, would have won that title, and
Penta
then
the
Dom,
title. Yeah.
And then him and Dom would have had their feud.
And that makes a lot of sense to me.
That's where I wanted that to go.
And without Penta, now we have LA Knight versus. I assume we're going to get LA Knight Solo in the semifinals, and we're going to get Jay Gunther, which means our last match for the whole thing would be LA Knight versus Gunther in my head.
LA Knight Gunther. I could
technically
see that.
If you're not having Gunther win this whole thing, you could do LA Knight versus Jey Uso as well.
Yeah.
I would be concerned in my head. I don't want a Jey Uso John Cena match. That's what I want to avoid.
Yeah.
Out of all of these possibilities. And it's not because I think the match will be bad. It's because I think it's the least business we can get out of it.
I agree with you on that one. I'm not too worried, or I'm not too wanting to see Jay and Cena go against each other. Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to see that, you could have done that at the beginning, and you could have done something spectacular with it.
Right.
But where we're at now, I want to see. I honestly, the guys talked me into. It would have been a fun time to see Carmelo and John Cena.
Yeah. Well, it would have been fun to have a lot of guys. It would have had fun to be Javon Evans. Oh, but Javon, realistically, you have to be realistic about a guy's retirement. You have to put it, and this is the same argument that people had when Taker lost to Brock. He lost his streak to Brock. And people were like, oh, Brock didn't need it. Brock didn't need it. I disagree. Brock did need it because he needed to become the next final boss of WWE. And true. He did. And he made Roman Reigns. So now we got another final boss of WWE when it was Roman Reigns. Then who beat him, Josh?
Yeah.
Cody,
yes.
So now Cody is the final boss of WWE.
Very true.
See how this just keeps perpetuating.
Yeah.
So you have to use people that you know are going to be around and that you know or you can trust to take these accolades. I understand the mentality that you want it to go to a young guy so we can crow about it and keep doing that. And, it's an accolade that can bump him up the card. Mm-hmm. But if he's not already there, it's a jarring thing for the audience to have to accept. So the fans of those people, like Carmelo Hayes, are going to be ecstatic. They're going to be, yes, he's already there. But there's going to be so many other people going, why him?
Yeah.
But when you think of Gunther, even if you don't think Gunther should be the one, you still in your mind think, okay, but he is up at that level. It at least makes sense.
Yeah.
And
No,
that's where it is.
I agree with your take on all of this because it does make sense. And in the sense when you said that, I was thinking, you know, WWE writers have to handle the audience with kid gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time that it's like very, very few times do they get the chance to just completely tell the kids there's no Santa Claus. And when they do that, they got to make sure that it's going to work. There's going to be some sort of payoff. I personally think with those two young men, the way Cena set it up, the way he talked about the idea of this tournament, it would have been a way to kind of maybe pull the Band-Aid off a little.
Sure.
You know, not hurt you too much. But I do agree with you. People, there's a good majority who are going to wonder why him.
And I think so. Cena, the way that they set up this tournament, I think hindered that thought process in a sense. I think a lot of people had that call too. Thank you, Daniel Garcia there.
Yes.
Other, not whatever, Daniel. Yes, Daniel Garcia.
Yes.
I just flipped me out because I just thought of AEW right quick and it was code switching in my head. But the way that they set up this tournament, it made it out to seem like Cena was going to face someone, and it is going to be someone new if it is Gunther or LA Knight or Jey Uso or Solo Sikoa. All of those people he's never faced before.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stress that, except for Solo. He has faced
Solo.
Solo.
Yeah, he has faced
Solo. I would assume it won't be Solo because of that. He is the least high contender on my list to be the person to face Cena because it's not a new one.
Yeah.
Gunther is. Jey Uso is. LA Knight is. Personally, if I had to fantasy book out of the last ones, I'd make it LA Knight. I think that would be interesting. I think that'd be a really interesting dynamic. Not that Gunther doesn't deserve it. Not that Gunther wouldn't even benefit most from the business of it. But I think LA Knight as well has a decent business with it. If LA Knight can beat Cena in his last match, or even take him to the limit and lose, that's still LA Knight getting higher and higher on that list. So it's an interesting tournament. It is very sad that Penta got injured. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Well wishes to him because, man, he's been killing it.
Yeah. And OG Tony, we did talk about that. What if Jay
I think he's talking about in the Cena tournament, not at War Games.
Ooh.
So I was actually going to address that too. So that's the only piece of business that might make it interesting for Jay. If Jay is in that final match with Cena, the only way it's interesting is if he turns heel. To me, in the sense that if we're going to set up future business, I don't want face Jay yeeting all over Cena and winning.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't set up a lot of future business, but heel Jey Uso does. So if we are going to go that route, which I still am the least proponent of other than Solo, which is fine, it's just preference, I can see business still being able to be done if they are pulling that trigger. If they aren't pulling that trigger, I would question why.
Man, this was a fantastic episode, fans.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't set in on this one and listen to the discussion, I'm sorry. You should listen because they can
always catch it on a replay.
You can always catch it on a replay because we're available everywhere. But yeah, this was a great one. We're gonna have to put a pin in it though. War Games is coming up Saturday. We are
sure we'll have thoughts next Tuesday.
We'll have some definite talks. We might even. Yes, the fallout of War Games will be next Tuesday here at your IYH Tuesday show, the Raw Tuesday preview or review show. I'm going to have to fucking figure this out. This is getting tongue twistery. But before we head out, Kevin Kalloway, let them know where they can find you and anything you're doing out there, my friend.
As of now, I don't have too many shows coming up, taking a little bit of a hiatus, holiday season and all, but you can always follow me on Facebook at Kevin Kalloway, and you can follow me on Instagram at Kalloway Kevin. I post when there's new shows there. There is a Oh, there's a sponsorship opportunity for New Edge for the next show. You could sponsor me or my match. It goes to it's an animal charity. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's with animals in Ferndale, Michigan, and they help take care of them and I think rehouse them. So it's very near and dear to a lot of the people in the office at New Edge's heart. So part of sponsorship money goes to that charity. And then, some goes to me too for finding sponsorships.
Yes, of course.
So if you want to support me, you can always do that. You can hit up New Edge's page and see the different packages and rates and all that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Go check that out, fans. And if you're available, chip in, sponsor.
Otherwise, you can catch me on December 19th, and it'll be another Prove Me Wrong challenge, open challenge. I stand in the middle of the ring, I hold up my title, and I go, come at me.
I love it. That's the energy our Kevin Kalloway brings to In Your House and in any ring that he holds titles in. You might want to stop in, check it out, maybe challenge him. You might even,
I've had people try and challenge me in the chat before.
That you have, my friend. All right.
I don't know why.
So, fans, if you enjoyed what you've seen here, yes, it's a new time. It's 5:00. It's a new date. It's on a Tuesday, but it's two of the three familiar faces. The beard you may know, the bearded duo here on Tuesdays, 5 p.m. every
Beard
Tuesday.
duo.
The
perfect. Yes, I broke him.
You did. You got, guess instantly as soon as you said that, merch started popping off in my head. You set off the merch bells.
Are we just going to be like conjoined twins on a head with two beards? A beard duo?
Connected head of beard.
Connected head beard. Conjoined beards. That's what it is.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Fans, if you enjoyed it, stop in next Tuesday, 5 p.m. And I guarantee you're going to have a blast, and you're going to hear some things that you might have opinions on. Let us know in the chat. Tomorrow night we are doing animation conversation. Who are we watching? What are we doing? I don't know, because it's House's pick, and he'll let me know once we start rolling. So you'll know then, and we'll get together and we'll watch some adult animation. It's a fun time. This Thursday, ECW is a no-go. Guess what? It's Turkey Day. Go enjoy your fam and friends. And if I was you and you were asking me for advice, I would throw on Born to Be Wired while your family's sitting around just diving into everything. Fast forward to the Sabu and Terry Funk barbed wire match and enjoy. Outside of that, you could catch us on Sunday House Party. It's back, better than ever. And Jones has been with us. He won't be with us this Sunday, but you'll have me and House, and we will be talking wrestling. And if there's anybody else in the household, they'll join us too if they're available. So tune in. That is noon on a Sunday. So fans, friends, anybody who's associated with IYH, we thank you, and we will catch you at the next one. Bye.